Morning everyone. Good morning. How are we this morning? It's dull, kind of a rainy morning. Oh well, what can you do? How are we? Sorry, I'm washed the hair this morning and it's it's a little bit messy. It's a little bit all over the place. Heading down home today. I'm so excited. See my parents. I'm from outside Tuam, so I've seen my parents for the first time since, I don't know, definitely good bit before lockdowns, probably maybe February or January. I think I've only seen them once this year, so very excited. Morning everyone jumping on, thank you so much. How is everybody getting on with writing goals, with your gratitude? We're on day 10, it's amazing, wow. And it's so lovely to see the same names coming up and even the same people coming onto the replay, because you know you are starting to make it a new habit, and I'm hoping that you're seeing results. So let me know. I'll be dying to know. Let me know how you're getting on, and if you have written out your list of wants, your little shopping list. Morning Marie, you must be off today, are you? See who else is on. Hi Aoife, hi Shirley. So have you written out your list of personal wants and professional wants? I was looking at this is the workbook that we get when we join Bob Proctor's course. And I was looking at it this morning actually, and just kind of recap over the questions that we were asked in lesson 1. So lesson 1 is where you write down your goals, and so it's called a worthy ideal, setting and achieving worthy goals. So I just want to see, is there anything worth reading out to you? So he does say, like, if you were to walk down the street and ask anybody what's their goal, they would probably, oh lovely, enjoy your trip home, it's sunny here. Oh great, it's not sunny here at all, so yeah, brilliant, I would definitely welcome some sun, that'd be great. Yeah, he was saying that if you ask somebody on the street what's their goal, they'd probably look at you and think, what's she on about, you know, which is really, really sad. Not many people have set goals, and I was one of them, definitely. This time last year I had no goals, I had 0 goals, but you know, I can't imagine now not having one. So even when this one is achieved, you know, I'll be moving on to the next one. So there'll always be something to strive for, because you know you need to grow. And remember, the date is only a guess. You know what date you put on it, and that doesn't work out. That, like, I was always kind of thinking the date is set in stone. I have to reach this goal by this date, and it was never even a type C goal. It was always just a normal, you know, maybe a monthly goal or something. So if I haven't reached this by this date, I'm a failure, and that's exactly the way I felt. So. Sorry, the dog must be in. Totally lost my train of thought there. But yeah, so type C goals. So yeah, so if you are somebody that is if you're having trouble, morning Sardar, Sardar, sorry I can't pronounce your name. Morning Amy. So if you're somebody that hasn't set your type C goal and you really want to do that, it's definitely, you need to start writing down what you really, really want, and think big, you know, don't be thinking small. But yeah, so he was saying that on the video, that if you ask somebody on the street what their type C goal is, or what their goal is, they'll probably look at you funny, and that's exactly the way I was. But and especially if you ask them had they had written down. Definitely not. So you need to write it down and look at it and read it every single day. Morning Neelam, how are you? Write it down, and write it down every single day. And when you feel your energy dipping, or if you're feeling disconnected to it throughout the day, write it down again. Say it in front of the mirror. Remember, when you're talking to yourself in front of the mirror, you're looking into your eyes, you're looking into your soul, and it's very, very powerful. I find that amazing. I have an alarm set in my phone for every hour. I get up here behind me here, the mirror, and I just walk over to it and say my goal out loud, and a few times if you have to, or even if you are feeling disconnected, ask for guidance. You know, ask what do I need to do today to get me back up, get my frequency back up, you know. And it can be anything, you know. It's really think of things to get your mood back up, you know. Sylvia had me running around the garden one day saying what I'm grateful for as I was running. So funny. And it actually worked. I would never have thought of doing that, because my vibration was low for a few days, and I thought I'd be able to get out of it myself, but I ended up having to go on a call with Sylvia, and she said, yeah, just try that, or, you know, play with your kids, hug your kids, and that's all lovely. but it doesn't, well, sometimes it does, sometimes, depending on how, I suppose, how long you were in it. But she was saying dance, listen to music, and I just wasn't in the form because it was going on for too long of doing any of that. So what she said, run around the garden. Now I love kind of going outside, and you know, I love to do my exercise first thing in the morning, and I'm kind of set up for the day. I'm happy then with myself. But when she said run around the garden, you know, I thought, oh yeah, that's actually something that might work, because your energy is flowing and you're getting outside, and you know, you're moving your body. So that's exactly what I did. And I actually sent her a video, and she mentioned it the other night and the Q&A that we were all doing, and she said she still has that video and she watches it herself when her own energy is dipped. I was like, oh my god, I think I've deleted it and she still has it. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, so it does, you know, anything like that will bring your vibration back up and get in alignment with your goal, because if you're not on that same frequency, you're not going to attract anything in, you know. So our music is an instant mood changer. Absolutely, Sarah, totally is. And you know, listen to a song that you absolutely love. I love that song, This Is Me. I know it's the Greatest Showman, but there's a version of it, and I think it was her first time ever singing it kind of in public. And they're all just in a room, kind of, and she's behind this carousel or pedestal thing, and then she has to come out, and she just, you know, the way she transforms through the whole video is just amazing. And just watching that and the words, and it's just, you get goosebumps. I get goosebumps every time I watch it. It's amazing. The video is amazing. So that's just one that I love to watch, and to listen to as well. And then I have my own favorite songs as well, obviously all upbeat or whatever. So yeah, you know your own taste and the songs that you like, but definitely mood changer, definitely, Sarah. I totally agree. Yeah, so Bob was on about belief as well. So when you set your type C goal, it's totally normal that you're going to say, sure, how am I going to do that? Like, how? That's not going to happen. No, not going to happen. But the more you say it and write it out, say it in front of the mirror, the more you're going to believe it. And you're not doing it to convince yourself. You're kind of doing it because this is something that you're basically impressing it into your subconscious mind. So we have a subconscious mind and we have a conscious mind. And the conscious mind is, you know, when we read the books and we know things at a conscious level, which isn't very deep, and it's our subconscious mind where all our habits are and all our emotions are. So because our habits are in there, and if you want to change any of your habits, if you're not happy with the results you're getting, you have to impress this information into that subconscious mind. So by just saying it, and that's why I always say, emotionalize your gratitude, because when you're emotionalizing it, you're impressing it into the subconscious mind. Conscious mind, yeah, is great, and it's great to know these things at a conscious level, but you could say, yeah, I believe I can do it, but do you really believe it? Because I know I definitely didn't at the start. And you know, you still kind of go through phases where, like, geez, like and that's why you set your type C goal, because you don't know how you're going to get there or how, and you don't give that any ounce of energy or thought or nothing. So you just set it and start from there back, you know, connect the dots back, not connect the dots from here to there. So it's a hard thing to do because it's not normal for us. And, you know, most of us are control freaks. And it's like when lockdown happened, the amount of people that have anxiety since it and never had it before. It's unbelievable, because they don't know what they're doing from day to day, and they don't know in 3 months' time what they're going to be doing. And we are a control society. We like to have things planned, you know, and know exactly what we're doing, and know, oh yeah, I'm going on holidays in 5 weeks' time, I can't wait, and you're counting down the days, and that's the way we're programmed. So when lockdown happened, people didn't know what was happening, and they just couldn't cope with it. And it's so sad that you know, people weren't easily adapted to it, and it's just the way they're programmed. It's not their fault. For the type C goal, do you write down the details or just one sentence? Right, well, you kind of write down the statement. So the statement would be, I don't know if you remember, Neelam, I was saying it the other day, where you write it on. So on Monday, if you want to go back as well to that, because I mightn't think of everything I said here on Monday, but I was saying that write it down, and it's a goal statement. So yeah, you can write down your goal, but when you're impressing it into your subconscious mind, you need to have a goal statement. So your goal statement is your goal, what you give back in return, and how grateful you are. So you're so happy and grateful. First of all, it's the date. I'm so happy and grateful now that it's whatever, and then your goal, and then in return for this, I will give whatever it is, for this, this is my reality. For this and for more, I am grateful. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you. So the whole thing, you're writing down the whole thing. Like Sylvia had us doing 3, 6, and 9. One time when we were disconnecting to our goal, or that time when I had run around the garden, she said try 3, 6, 9. So 3, 6, 9 was writing it out 3 times in the morning, 6 times at lunchtime, and 9 times at night time. So that really connects you to your goal, because I don't know if you remember when I was saying before about 68 seconds. If you're thinking something negatively for 68 seconds, the universe kicks in and gives you more of that. But if you are thinking positively for 68 seconds, then the universe will kick in and give you more of that. So if you writing out your goal for 3 times, you're gone well past that 68 seconds. So you're thinking positively and your mood starts to lift. And then 6 times at lunchtime, and you're really starting to, reconnect with your goal. And 9 times at night time, as you're probably getting into bed or whatever, you really are getting back. And she was saying do that for 2 weeks, do it for a month if you have to, but I don't think there'd be a need to do it that long, for me anyway, but everybody's different. She was saying her energy was dipped there a few days ago, and she asked for guidance, and she meditated for 2.5 hours. And like, it all depends on the person. Like, I couldn't imagine meditating for 2.5 hours. I'd be asleep. But that's what she did, and it got her out of it. She was a new person afterwards. So you're going to know your own self, and if you become disconnected, just start writing it out. I think that's the easiest thing for you at this stage. It's just write it out. And when you know your type C goal, if you have any questions on it, just get in touch with me. I'll try and help you as much as I can. I know I have helped a few on our abundance group how to write out their goal and their goal statement. So, if you need that help, just ask. It's no problem. So Bob was saying about belief. So, belief is massive, and it won't come straight away. It definitely won't, because as I said, we are creatures of control, and we will wonder, sure, how is that even possible? But the more you say it every single day, it's all about repetition. I know I say that all the time. Repetition, repetition, repetition into the mirror. First thing in the morning, think of your goal. Visualize it, visualize when you actually reached it and how you would feel. Great advice, thanks. No problem, Sarah. No bother at all. But so just visualize how you feel. So when you have your type C goal and you're writing it down, think about how your emotions, how you would feel when you actually reach it, and you're making future memories. That's exactly what you're doing, future memories. So when you and then it's kind of like creating this new emotion inside of you, and then it's going to impress into the subconscious mind. So you're doing that in your subconscious mind, subconscious level, which is a deeper level, and that's all about repetition. There's only 2 ways because we have beliefs, we have old beliefs, and we can create new beliefs, and we can get rid of these old beliefs that we have, and we got them through, going back generations. We got them through our parents, and it's not our fault, it's not their fault. They brought us up the best they could with the awareness that they had. So that's the way it was, but it's up to you now. It's our responsibility to change those beliefs. And you could even have a conversation with them. What is your belief around money? What is your belief around relationships, around wealth, around success? You could ask them now and see, and then if they say what your beliefs are, then you're going to say, okay, well, that's why I have this belief. So your belief could be, oh, there's a scarcity of money, it doesn't grow on trees, this is what we were listening to when we were young, save, save, save. Morning, Fiona, and everyone, loving the type C goal and finally daring to write it down. Yay! That's great, Lorraine. Fair play to you. Brilliant. That's amazing. I love it. So if you have any questions, pop them in the comments, because I don't want to overload you with too much information either. I'm conscious of the time as well. So as you study this particular phase, I'm just going to read out this little paragraph, because it is all about awareness. And once you're aware of your energy dipping, and you're aware of your goal and what's going on around you and what you can attract and what you're not attracting and negative thoughts and everything, that's when you push through your fears as well. Because when you set a goal, so say now Lorraine, you've got your type C goal and you're going to write it down. Brilliant, absolutely amazing. But there's going to come a time, it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, where you are going to want to hit this terror barrier, is what they call it. So terror barrier is where you get these massive fears, and then you'll either bounce off it and go back to where you were, or you'll push through it. And like I've gone through a load of fear barriers because I know I'm going to be doing essential oils for the rest of my life. So I kept going through them. But if I decided, maybe my old job is grand, it's nice and handy, and I'm getting paid there every fortnight, and I'll be grand, I'll just stay there. You know, that's you bouncing off it, you know, and that's you, and that's what 97% of people do. Isn't it so sad? My God, they have these goals and dreams, and as soon as the fear barrier hits or the terror barrier hits, they just bounce off it, and because they're not aware of it as well. So, so Lorraine, you more than likely will be aware of it, because you know, you're going to hit it whether you like it or not. Because if it's a type C goal, it's going to excite you and scare you at the same time. So you're going to be excited. Remember, you're going to think of how you're going to feel. You know, visualize how you're going to feel, and feel these emotions when you reach that goal. And also it's going to scare you because you've never done it before, and that's when that's the part of it that you know, you're going to hit the terror barrier. So just be aware of it, Lorraine. And you know, if you're having any issues, just let me know. Gosh, it's where I had a diploma in all this or something, or a master's. I don't. This is just from what I've learned. But you know, I am here to help you, so as much as I can. That's why I'm doing this, because I just love this material. I love talking about it, I love doing it, and I just think it's amazing, because I had never any interest, never knew anything about it, and I'm finding more and more people are really interested in it. So now that I'm doing the course, I'd love to spread the word, spread the information around. Why not? So anyway, I was going to read this paragraph. So as you study this particular phase of thinking into results, you are going to develop an awareness that deciding... Okay, sorry, I don't know what happened there. It could be that I'm on my data and I didn't reconnect to the internet when I came back from my run. Yeah, hopefully it'll be okay. Let me know if you can't hear me or see me or whatever. Okay, so as you study this particular phase of thinking into results, you are going to develop an awareness that deciding what you want and getting what you want are two completely different subjects. As you begin the process of deciding what you want, how you are going to get there is irrelevant. So remember I said, don't even give it an ounce of thought. Just know that the lawful process of achieving your goal will be clearly explained. The concepts that you are covering in this particular lesson can effectively be applied to the growth of a corporation. That's, you know, in your work if you want to. So that wouldn't be your personal goal. So I think what we're doing here is more so our personal stuff, and of a corporation, the effectiveness of a team, or the personal and professional development of an individual, regardless of age or gender. So I think that's really important to know, because you know, even Bob, when he set one of his goals, and he was a year out. So don't worry about the date, and don't worry about the how. What you have is worth more than any master's. Yeah, but that's what Bob says as well. He just always say that, like, people have all these letters after their names falling off their business cards, but yet they don't know how to make money. And it's so sad, because they've done all the masters and degrees and years in college, and where has it got them? And no matter where you go, no matter what college you go to, they don't teach you how to earn money. They teach you how to invest it and mind it and save it, but they don't teach you how to earn it, which is really, really sad. Yeah, so we set our type C goals, we'll get there, yay! We're there. It's done. Just remember, it's done. It just hasn't materialized yet, but it's done. You know, we can't have whatever we want. If it's in your mind, you can have it. Okay, so just remember that. If it's in your mind, you can have it. It just hasn't materialized yet. Okay, so I think we start writing our list. My God, I feel like I've been talking for ages. Get out my gratitude journal. Alrighty, so today is Wednesday, the 15th of July. God, half the month gone already, wow. Time is flying. Alrighty, so the first one, I am grateful now that everything in my life is moving in harmony with God's laws. Perfect. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. So try and emotionalize every single gratitude you write down, and write thank you, thank you, thank you at the end of each one if you have space. If you don't, just say it, and we definitely kind of say it at the end. Even recap, or even after this call, read them over, and really feel the gratitude for each one. Okay, so we write a few more. Hey, how are we getting on? Anybody want to share what they're grateful for today? As I said earlier, I'm going down home to see the folks and to visit a friend, so I'm staying in Dunmore tonight. So I'll be doing this tomorrow from her house, and they'll all be probably still in bed. They're late risers down there. I see she's not on this morning either, so I'll be probably down her kitchen doing this. So hopefully I'll have internet, because I know it does be a bit funny down there, but hopefully it should be okay. Alrighty. Okay, we'll write one or two more, and then we will send love. Okay, so if you want at the end, for this and for more, I am grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you. Our universe, or whatever it is for you. I always say God. Okay, so that's perfect. Now we will send the love. Alrighty, and if you haven't your list written there, just finish it after the call or whatever. What one am I like? Oh, peppermint, which is probably my favorite oil. I don't think I've done this. No, I haven't. I use peppermint all the time. I actually used it first thing this morning because one of my nostrils was blocked, and I was doing meditation while I was lying down in bed, and you know, the meditation is a lot of breathing. I was like, oh my god, I can't even do it right. So I grabbed the peppermint. It's amazing for any kind of sinuses or blockages, and it really opens up your airways. So amazing one. So peppermint oil is 1 drop of peppermint oil is the same as 28 cups of peppermint tea. So if you're not an oily person, you might be amazed at that. I remember I was. Oh my god, so, and it smells divine. Sometimes I love to put a drop into my roof of my mouth or on my tongue. It's like a natural silver mint. It's just gorgeous, really freshes up the mouth. So let's look up peppermint. I know it is the oil of a buoyant heart. So who doesn't want a buoyant heart? Isn't that just so lovely? Okay, so brings joy and buoyancy to the heart and the soul. It invigorates body, mind and spirit, and reminds individuals that life can be happy and they don't have to be controlled by fear. It lifts an individual out of their emotional trials for a short reprieve. When individuals use peppermint, they feel as though they're gliding through life. It assists in staying on the surface of emotional issues like floating on top of water. So lovely. So there's more, but I'll do a separate video on that to finish that off. So okay, so as usual, we send love to 3 people that are bothering us. So the first 2 are people that are bothering us from now or from our past, and then the third person is yourself. So I'm not saying you're bothering yourself, but we do need to send ourselves love, you know, even throughout the day. And if we just do it this time, isn't it better than not doing it at all? So just think of one person first, one person at a time that you want to send love to, that is bothering you, that maybe annoyed you, and remember, it's all about you. It's nothing to do with them. They have your energy if they're bothering you, so get that energy back. Make space for more positive energy inside of you. So we just close our eyes and 3 deep breaths in, and picture that person standing in front of you, and a white light or a gold light, whatever, from your heart to theirs, and sending them love. I wish you well, or I love you, whatever you're able to say to them. And it gets easier, believe me. It can be challenging, but it gets easier as the mornings go by. So we take 3 deep breaths in. Okay. Perfect. And when you're ready, move on to person number 2. Perfect. And when you're ready, move on to yourself. So picture yourself standing in front of you with a light going from, so gold light, white light going from your heart to yours, and sending the love. Okay, perfect. So now we'll ask for guidance. So ask a question to the universe. Really, really relax. It's a good time to do it now because we are kind of in that relaxed state, and just ask the guidance, a question, something that you would like to know for today. So it can be anything to do with your business, your friends, who can you help today? It can be anything, anyone, whatever it is that you need. You know, is there a phone call you need to make today? And if you do get an answer, act on it, you know, don't just leave it, just act on it today at some stage. My eyes are kind of, because the peppermint is so strong, it's so potent, that it actually kind of, even just the aroma of it gets into your eyes. So it just kind of goes like that for a little while. But yeah, so you know, you may need to do this again after this call, or do it again, you know, throughout the morning, because it does take a bit of getting used to, and it does take really relaxing and connecting with your soul and connecting with the universe, and you know, allowing in that information. And it's very hard to allow in that information sometimes. You're kind of nearly forcing it on yourself. So if you're forcing it, that's not the way to do it. So it does require a little bit of practice. So yeah, let's send the love. Okay, so we close our eyes, few deep breaths in, or sorry, not send the love, we'll ask for guidance. So close our eyes, few deep breaths in, and just ask the question. And yeah, we don't get enough time to do it properly here, but definitely try and do it again if you can. So this is more like a practice run. Okay. Okay, perfect. So as always, thank you so much for joining me this morning, all your lovely comments, and yeah, enjoy your Wednesday. I always forget what day it is. So enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. And obviously any questions in the meantime, you know where I am. Alrighty, thanks again, bye.